Hi everybody, I wanted to shoot this short video to talk to you about food and healthy eating. And I specifically want to talk to you if at the minute have hit a plateau, you've been overeating a little bit too much, or you're just simply struggling and you're feeling demotivated and you're just off track a little bit. So first off, you've got to get just really honest with yourself and go, right, I've been eating a little bit too much, my clothes are getting a little bit tight, I've got the exercise down, but the extra food is just creeping in a little bit, which is so easy to happen, by the way, because we are in the middle of a pandemic. So you will find that you'll have really good weeks under your belt, and then all of a sudden you might just eat a little bit too much and you'll feel off track again. It's actually easier as well to gain and lose weight because we are in a pandemic and a lot of us are moving around less. So normally for some of you, you may be so used to running around the whole time, because that's slowed a little bit, you might find that you're getting away with less. All very normal. It's really good to know this. It's just a matter of science that calories in has just become a little bit too much more than calories out. And this happens to all of us every so often, that we can be eating as normal and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, my clothes are feeling tight. So never worry about it. It's just a simple black and white factual thing that you just need to just adjust it a little bit, tweak as we go. And I always love that expression, and I love to talk to you guys about it, about just tweaking as we go, because life is all just one big tweak. We're all just tweaking the whole time. And that's a good thing. You don't want to decide one thing and stick with this, because what worked then isn't going to work in the future. So you just have to keep tweaking, but never worry about that. So the first thing is just get really clear with where you're at. Are your clothes getting a little bit tighter? Are you working out? Are you walking? If yes, happy days. That box is one big tick on it, because in the sessions that you do, we do interval training, resistance training, and core work. So remember that resistance training builds lean muscle, which is decreased as we get older. It also gets your metabolism nice and high, and it helps you burn a lot of calories at rest. Interval training is terrific for fat burning, and then the core work is great for strengthening your core, and also don't forget getting a really healthy heart and lungs when you work out. So get a plan for your food Monday to Sunday and figure out what you're going to eat. I think it's a great idea to go and do a food shop on a Friday and plan what you're going to have for the week ahead. I love food shops on a Friday because you're not going back and forth to the shop buying little treats and stuff. You're just going to get what you're going to have at the weekend for your treats, and then you're also going to be able to plan right up until the following Friday. So know what you're going to have for dinner, or for the dinners every week. I really recommend trying not to wing it every day, because the problem with winging things is that it's all very much reliant on how you're feeling. And the thing is, you want to take as much emotion out of all this as possible, and almost become robotic about the whole thing. Just black and white. Emotion is gone, and it's a lot easier to get rid of emotion when it comes to food when you actually have a plan. So making sure you're eating enough, you're going to focus on what are you having for your 3 meals and your 2 snacks. Starting off with breakfast, a lot of you are eating porridge. I love to have 2 eggs for my breakfast. As I've said before, I often find that when I have cereal or porridge for breakfast, it makes me very hungry an hour later. Now, I have spoken to a few of you about this, and you've both said, oh my God, same thing. And a couple of you have switched to eggs and found it absolutely, the difference has been amazing, really, really good. So if you're eating porridge at the minute and you find you're starving every minute of the day in the morning time, and you feel like it's making you crave loads of carbs, just simply switch to 2 eggs. It doesn't have to be a big, long, dramatic 15-minute breakfast. You just throw 2 eggs in a pan, whisk it around, and you're literally done in 3 minutes. It takes almost just as much time as it does for me to pour milk and cereal into the kids' bowl. So breakfast is covered. If porridge isn't working for you, if cereal isn't working for you, change it, tweak it, get rid of it, and maybe go with eggs for the next while. Just 2 eggs is perfect. Lunch, soup and a sandwich is terrific. Just being healthy, being simple. I really would recommend keeping carbs in at lunch. In my opinion, it's the most important meal of the day to actually eat carbs. It's when you need most of your energy, and you're giving yourself loads of energy to burn those carbohydrates off. And after breakfast, you need it. It's really important for brain function, for being healthy. That's why I love soup and a sandwich so much. You're not worrying about rice portions or pasta portions. You just have a brown bread sandwich with ham or tuna or chicken, or whatever it is, protein that you like, with a bowl of soup. You can either make your own soup or do what I do and go and get the cartons of soup, which I love. Tomato and basil, vegetable, you can get them the Avonmore style or the Lidl and Aldi style, whatever it is. I always buy 6 of them, keep them in the fridge, and every day I have a bowl of soup with my lunch. I love it. It fills me up. It makes the whole lunchtime enjoyable. You're not just eating a sandwich and then 5 minutes later your lunch is done. you're sitting down, you're having your sandwich, and then, yay, I've got a really nice, lovely, comforting, big bowl of soup that I can sit here and read the paper and just relax, and it's going to fill me up as well. So that's lunch. Dinner then, potatoes, baked potatoes, vegetables, chicken, meat, fish, curries, chickpea curries, all that stuff is terrific. Don't be worried about eating carbs at dinner, because I feel like what can happen to some people is they'll avoid carbs for their last meal and then end up eating shite on the couch or overeating with the snack. So it can be really hard to be straight with yourself like that. It happened to me so many times, you know, I'd be no carbs for my last meal, but then sure, you're just eating after your dinner. So if that's you, why don't you just have a couple of baked potatoes or a big baked potato with your dinner? It's comforting. Carbohydrates are quite relaxing, a little bit like warm milk. You'll feel good and satiated afterwards. So give that a go. Again, it's all just tweaking. If you've been doing no carbs for your last meal for a long time, why not introduce some baked potatoes into your dinner? It's healthy, it's good for you, load of veg and some form of protein will be absolutely terrific. Again, if you want to have curries, I love like chickpea curries and things like that. Actually poured over baked potatoes, I find them really tasty. And also for me, rice and pasta, I just don't enjoy eating them during the week. I feel sluggish, I feel slow, and I feel that in terms of fitting good into my clothes, when I start eating like a good bit of pasta and rice during the week, it just never works out for me. But for some of you, it's terrific. You can eat pasta and rice till the cows come home. Others, if you're like me, stick to baked potatoes because they're terrific, they're healthy, they're portion controlled, it's all good. Even over curries and stuff, I really enjoy. So that's the 3 meals, and then you've got snacks. I like a banana for my mid-morning snack. I don't think too much about it. I have my breakfast, do a workout, do a bit of work, go downstairs. When I'm getting a cup of coffee, I just eat a banana. It's done. I'm not thinking about it. And then that keeps me going until lunch. So I've had 2 eggs for breakfast, a banana for my snack, and then at lunch I have soup and a sandwich. Now it depends. Between my lunch and dinner, I have dinner between 7:30 and 6. I'll either be starving, so I'll have a bit of fruit. I'll either have 2 mandarins and yes, maybe another banana, or I will have Ryvita with a tin of tuna and some hummus if I'm starving. And it's kind of really good to be like honest with yourself. Rather than stay starving and know you're kind of potentially going to do damage after your dinner, say you're starving, have some Ryvita with hummus and some tuna. It fills you up, then you're more relaxed going into dinner. And I find that very helpful. If you're not particularly starving, still have a snack, but you could have like a couple of mandarins or a banana. Again, it's just keeping your metabolism nice and high, making sure that even if you're not that hungry, that you're not then starving going into dinner. Because sometimes when you get starving into dinner, your dinner just doesn't hit your stomach fast enough. So you have your dinner and then you're like, okay, what am I going to do now? So you're just trying to get into this really nice flow throughout the day where every few hours you're giving yourself a small bit of food. I hope this helps. Monday to Friday, you're on track. Treat nights. So it really is dependent on you. Like if you sweets and chocolate aren't good, but you have to live your life. And what I love is I love watching Netflix films with my kids. So like on a Friday night, big tub of popcorn, big microwavable bowl of popcorn, chocolate, sweets, whatever it is, happy days. I'm not going to deprive myself. Saturday evening, you guys might want a nice meal, some wine, whatever it is. Treat nights are evenings that you just have the stuff that isn't that particularly great for you. Like biscuits, they're not good for you, but are you never going to touch a biscuit ever again in your whole life? Like life is for living also, and those biscuits and chocolate and popcorn and crisps, they're tasty, they're good. You have to live a little. So weekend nights, Friday night or Saturday night, pick one of the nights. If you are just super healthy and you're in control of your treat nights, 2 little treat nights is all good, but really that's going to be so private and personal to you. One night off might work well for you. 2 evenings indulging in a little bit of what you like is perfect too. But the whole idea is you're not tracking it or calorie counting it or giving it any too much thought. But if you find that during the week you're eating really well and your weekends are ruining all your progress, then you're going to have to then say to yourself, well, that's not working. Again, keeping it very factual and keeping it very black and white. I'm not getting results. I'm working out the whole time. I'm eating well. I'm walking. I've hit a plateau. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to look at the weekends because that's clearly where the issue is. And it's as simple as that. It's tough to do and to implement these action steps, but it's simple. when you're really just like scientific about the whole thing. Really hope this helps. If you have any questions, post below. Lots of love. Have a great day.